You're ready to plant a tree at your house. What tools do you need? Where do you start? First of all, if you're in a residential area, you want to make sure you call Okie, get all your locates called up and up to date so you're by code legally allowed to dig the hole where you're at. That's number one. Okay, number two, you're going to need a water hose, a shovel, a bag of compost. We recommend some root stimulator and fish emulsion on new plantings. Obviously, you're going to need a tree as well. You pick the right location for the tree. That's very important. Make sure the tree you pick is going to fit that space where you're planting the tree at. Okay, on into the dirty stuff. When it comes time to dig your hole, you want to dig the hole. You want to leave yourself about 6 inches on either side of the hole for backfill. You're going to read a bunch of different other stuff that tells you twice the size, 3 times the size. I think anywhere from like the 6 to 8 inches bigger than the root ball or the container of the tree is sufficient. So dig your hole. Make sure you get the depth right. You saw in the video where I put the tree down and I felt like the tree was just a little too deep in the hole. So I pulled the tree back out and I backfilled the hole up to a level that I thought would get it to the right height. And then I kind of compacted the soil just to make sure that tree didn't settle into the hole and settle down lower than what I wanted it planted. Once the hole's dug and the height's the right depth, then you set your tree in the hole. You want to get your bag of compost out. And like you saw in the videos, put that on top of your soil that you've dug out, mix that in with it. And then place your tree, backfill the tree, and kind of make you a little berm to start out around the tree before you get your water hose out. This is one of the most important things that I think a lot of homeowners and a lot of professionals don't understand when it comes to water this tree in. It's best to water this tree in from the bottom up is what we call it. So you want to stick your water hose down the side of the root ball as far as it can go and let that water come up through the hole instead of trying to go down through the hole. This does several different things. This makes sure that tree's watered in at the proper depth all the way to the bottom of the root zone. It also settles the soil around the root ball and gets rid of air pockets. And it also stabilizes the tree a little bit more so that dirt is compacted, if you will, around the root ball a little bit more to keep the tree from moving so much. So you got it watered in. Now it's kind of time to add your fish emulsion and your root stimulator. You'll want to measure your root stimulator out at home. The bottle comes with some directions per height of tree, so many gallons of solution. For this video, you just saw me pour it into the hole. While that's okay, I would recommend diluting the solution with the watering can. And then the fish emulsion application is it's a very harmless fertilizer, very low in nitrogen. It's an organic product. It's basically just ground up fish. What that does is just allows the tree to immediately take up those nutrients, and it helps with transplant shock, anything that's in stress. It just helps those roots have some nutrition right away so you can have the best success for your tree. Once you get it all watered in, you saw me kind of tamp around the tree, if you will, with my shovel. And what I was doing was just helping push that dirt down to settle any of those air pockets that are around the root ball of the tree. And once we get all those settled in there and stuff, then we're going to want to clean our well up, make it look nice. We want to keep the well around the tree for about a year. That's just going to help hold moisture in it when we do get rain. If you have a lawn sprinkler, it'll help catch some of that water in there as well with that tree well around it. Clean that up, make it look nice. And I just want to touch on too, while we're mentioning water on this tree, the lawn sprinkler for a typical house is not enough water to keep a tree alive. Your lawn sprinklers are only watering about 1/4 of an inch to maybe 1/2 an inch deep into the soil. And these trees need water, you know, the depth of that root ball, whatever that was. If it's 1 foot, 2 foot, sometimes 3, 4, 5 feet, it's going to need more water than what your sprinkler systems are giving it, especially during the hotter temperatures of the year. So we recommend you putting the water hose, once you've got it planted on the tree, turn your water on to a slow but steady trickle, if you will, and leave that water where it can run for 3 to 5, 6 hours, sometimes even 12 hours on a tree that's been really dry, to make sure that that water goes all the way down through the root ball and it's not just sitting on top to the top 6 inches. If you'll follow these steps, I think you'll have great success with planting trees in your own yard.